like if the vampires decide to take over, like we're gonna be one of the first ones, you know?
Why you gotta go there, Bob?
I'm just saying we're close to it.
I might have a hard time sleeping tonight.
Welcome everybody to the Bob and Katie Show.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Bob. And it's here. December.
I know. I can't believe it.
Christmas time. You know what I saw today on Facebook?
What? Some
radio station somewhere has decided they no longer want to play that song, Baby It's Cold Outside, because of like the rapey undertones.
Uh-huh.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know.
It's weird because I completely get it. I get it.
Yeah.
It's real rapey.
Well, we've listened to that song before, yeah, and had conversations. Have you paid attention to the words to this?
But at the same time, it's a
classic, you know? I don't know. It's not hurting anybody. Jeez. It's
not. But we can't talk about any more Christmas stuff because we got something real special coming up. Should we go ahead and just say what it is we're going to do? Sure. Because we really haven't done it. So if we don't do it, then it's like, because you and I, we're known to go, hey, let's do this really great thing.
It's completely our lack of follow through is completely unintentional though.
It is, yeah.
It really is. We have the best of intentions all the time and we fail short a lot more times than
often.
Yeah, that's a good word. Mm-hmm.
And
frequently.
I'm pretty sure that we've also said this before. Why don't we go ahead and say it? That way we kind of feel like
we're accountable.
We've done that before and not followed through still. But this one, I think this one's going to happen. We are going to be doing a Christmas crossover with our sister podcast, I guess you call it, the Tabletop Warriors. Mm-hmm. So we've done some stuff with them in the past. You can find their podcast at cabcaststudios.com. But we did this thing before where we kind of like had our topics. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
We did our own topics on our old show and then they did the same topics and people got to go and like go, who did it better? And I'm going to go with I did. I mean, we didn't have like an official vote or anything, but I felt like I was pretty damn amazing.
It doesn't matter because it was fun.
It was really fun. But
they're fun guys.
This is going to be different. We're actually going to have them on the show. So we're going to do like a 4-person thing. I think we're going to have some games and all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of Christmas cheer.
Yeah. And you know what?
Bob and Katie Show style.
I'll let you in. I'll let everybody in on a secret. I don't know if they listen to our podcast or not. I'm pretty sure at least one of them does, maybe. So,
at least one of them. Sometimes maybe a little bit, maybe one time.
The people in our own network's not listening to our stuff. No, they told me one thing they're going to do. So I hope I don't ruin it, but I'll let everybody else in on it. On their podcast, they have this thing where they taste drinks, food
like
and whatnot that are weird flavors.
Weird. What was it? What was one? Was it ranch soda?
Yeah, ranch soda.
Which it makes me, and I love ranch, man. We buy like the most ginormous bottles of ranch you can find because we eat so much of it. I love ranch, but ranch soda, it makes me gag. Just thinking about it's hard for me to say it out loud because it makes me gag.
And as you know, you did this.
I feel queasy right now.
Like if you have chips and like a ranch dip to go with it,
I don't
or
even
something.
want to say ranch.
You have ranch on your finger. You have absolutely no problem licking it right off with no chips or anything. Yeah, but thinking about drinking some ranch juice,
carbonated ranch liquid,
it's weird.
No, it's so weird.
You know what else? We're going to have to help me remember where we were at because we're just going off. But you know what else I found out a couple days ago that'll make you kind of queasy is purple eggs and ham.
Oh, my God. I don't want to talk about this. I'm going to throw up. Y'all, I don't have a weak stomach. I don't. I do not have a weak stomach at all.
You had a weak stomach that day.
And you made those purple scrambled eggs, and it looked like intestines in the bowl. It looked like some kind of meat product that was just gone. It had gone wrong. It was bad. And the kids are tearing it up. They're like, look, Mommy, it's purple eggs. And I'm watching them eat these purple eggs. And I'm looking at my bowl. I pick up the fork because I'm all about trying to put on that front for the kids to, go, oh yeah, this is what we should be eating, kids. But that day I picked up my fork and I stared into that bowl and I took all my willpower and I still could not do it because I felt that gag reflex kicking in.
Well,
I was like, I'm going to throw up.
I heard you do that burp.
Near my mouth.
I heard you do that burp. You were looking at it, you go like you were on the edge of dry heaving and it just made a little gas come up. This is what happened. I made green eggs and ham for the kids.
Because they love the book.
Yeah. And all it is just make scrambled eggs and ham, put food coloring in it. And I made it for them. And they thought it was the best thing. Like, they thought it was great. They've asked us for it again.
Yeah. Yeah, they have.
Like, when are we going to have green eggs and ham? Well, I was off work. So I was like, hey, I'll make something fun for them. And I opened up the food coloring box and there's like different colors. It was purple. And I was like, Reagan loves purple.
She does.
So I'm going to make her some purple eggs. And it started cooking up.
And seriously,
and I was like, it's really not that purple. I was like, it's just kind of reddish, purplish looking.
Oh God.
And then the eggs were getting done. And I was like, oh my God, it looks like raw meat. And then the ham took the purple in. So it looked like even rawer meat. You know what I mean? Like it was real gross looking.
Ooh.
But these eggs, they had salt and pepper and cheese and ham juice, because the ham was in it when I cooked them. They were delicious.
You guys looks like you enjoyed them very much.
But
you got the kids antagonizing me.
What did I don't know what you're talking about.
You were like, oh, look, Mommy's not eating her eggs. Maybe she doesn't like purple eggs. And the kids are like, Mommy, are you going to eat your eggs? And I'm like, I don't know. And then finally, I have to walk away from the table because I'm that grossed out. And I come in the living room and Riley gets done. And they're teasing me about not wanting to eat these eggs. And Riley ran in here. Shoot, what was it he said? Do you remember?
Would you eat them with a mouse?
Yeah, with a mouse. Okay, I couldn't remember which part of the book. Okay, yeah, he just runs in here and goes, Mommy, but could you eat them with a mouse? And then Reagan came and she said something random. Can you eat them with a refrigerator? I don't know.
Well, this is another thing that people don't tell you before you become parents. And like, we're at this age where, every day it's something new, like they're growing so fast. They're learning so much. Like everything's always different. Mm-hmm. This is true life. He came in here and he said, but Mommy, would you eat them with a mouse? From the book. And he meant it to be funny.
Yes. He ran away laughing.
And this next part is the part they don't tell
floored.
You. Don't take me off. This next part, this is the important part if you're getting ready to become a parent that you need to be prepared for. If your kid does something intentionally to be funny and you laugh, he will do that same exact thing 117 more times in the next 30 minutes. So
yes, that is true.
Be prepared. Because that's what's happening.
Well, then he got Reagan going, so they're taking turns.
Would you eat them with a mouse? Would you eat them with a mouse? And now I'm like, I don't think I would.
Would you eat them in a tree? And then they start just making up stuff.
Yeah.
Once they hit on like everything from the tree, car, boat, goat, all that stuff, then they're talking ridiculous stuff.
Right.
Would you eat them off my belly or something? Like, so weird.
Yeah, for 30 minutes. Had to be a good 30 minutes.
And like, you're like, it's not funny anymore.
Like, you can't be mean to them. But if we were at like a comedy show, I would have gotten up and left. Just like, you hit the joke. It was great.
Did we ever talk about Riley went through a phase of making knock-knock jokes?
Oh, yeah. We had the on Patreon.
Okay. I thought we had. And
yeah, we've talked about it, and he has his very own episode where he tells me a joke.
Does he? Does he tell you, say, laugh, Daddy? It's a doke.
It's a doke. Laugh.
It's a joke.
Patrons, if you haven't gone to listen to that yet, it's only like 4 or 5 minutes. Go listen to it. It is great. But I'm also nervous that it's like, like the ugly baby syndrome.
Like nobody.
Not
I don't
one
care.
person in
I don't
this entire
care who
world.
you are. Nobody likes your kids as much as you do.
Right.
Nobody thinks they're as cute or as funny or as smart. Nobody likes them more than you do.
So
you have to remember that.
I've got this 4-minute podcast.
But it really is really cute.
I got this 4-minute podcast with my son, and I'm holding it out for everybody, and I'm like, look how cute my baby is. Look at it. It's so cute. It's only 4 minutes long. It's great. And I'm like, there's probably some other people out there going, that's an ugly baby. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not as funny and cute as he thinks it is because it's my kid. I get that. That's why I didn't drag it out for like 45 minutes. I could have definitely sat there
Oh my goodness.
at the table with him and talked, but just like 4 or 5 minutes.
No, I would do it because I love my kids with all of my being and I love having conversations with them, but I don't want to hear them talk for 45 straight minutes.
If you're not a patron and you want to hear this episode, I've actually got a workaround if you want to go hear it. Go to patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show and sign up to be a patron, and you'll be able to gain access to those episodes. So circling all the way back around to like 10 minutes ago, we're going to be doing the Christmas crossover with the Tabletop Warriors. So that's going to be coming probably the weekend of the 22nd. But they're going to send us some product for us to taste.
I'm equally excited and scared.
A little concerned. Yeah, because we did this before with the frozen Beanie Weenies and it didn't turn out well.
No, it did not. But I'm excited. It's going to be fun. It's going to be Christmas themed, right?
Yes. I guess. I don't know. Maybe. We can send us some eggnog. Do not send, guys, do not send us eggnog through the mail.
Oh, gosh.
That's gross. Don't send anything perishable to us through the United States Postal Service. Thanks. I probably could have just texted him that.
But there's ways you can ship cold things now.
I think we should inform the world on what's going on in our neighborhood.
What are you talking about?
Just in case something weird happens.
You need to inform me. What
just
are you
in case
about?
something weird happens and we're not here to tell the rest of the world the story.
Oh, the noises.
Yeah. There's something going on.
I was like, what is going on that I don't know about?
You know what? I'm going to let you articulate this story because you're here all day, every day. Like you're here more than I am for sure. So like you have two very different point of views on this story than I do. Cause you're here during the day when the stuff's not happening, like when everything's like the sun's out, neighbors are jogging through the neighborhood. You see people walking their dogs, kids playing in the front yard, but then the sun goes down and it all changes. So tell everybody what's happening.
I really don't know what's happening. All I know is that somewhere near our neighborhood, like back through the trees across from our house.
In the woods.
There is some kind of, I hope it's construction of some sort going on, but it's only at night.
Yeah, it only happens
and it's
at
not
night.
only like sounds of machinery and stuff. There's large fires that you can see, like the sky lit up, and you can see the embers. I mean, and it's pretty close because it was close enough. One night we could see the embers floating up, and I was like, "Oh God, please don't let it catch my house on fire." But last night, right? It was last night.
There was explosions.
It was right around dinner time. I was in the kitchen and I heard, it sounded like a bomb and it sounded close. I just kind of like you have that pause where you're like, what just your brain's trying to process. What just happened? Am I okay? Is my house about to am I about to feel a shake or something? I don't know.
In the middle of the night.
Well, it was like 6 or 7. But then, and it was loud, and it didn't happen anymore. We didn't hear anything else.
That was at 6 or 7 o'clock?
Yeah.
I thought it was later than that.
Well, it happened again last night, later.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was talking about.
It seemed louder the second time. But anyway, it sounded like a bomb being detonated right near our house. And I don't know what is going on over there.
Most of the knowledge I have in life is from watching movies. Like,
wow.
whenever I like try to pull, like, I wonder what this could be, it's always like reference to some movie I've seen.
Like it wasn't like quality Brunswick County education.
No. Whenever you're watching movies and there's something being built at night, it's never good.
No.
It's never good. So, we live in Bolivia, North Carolina. So if something goes down and they're like, ground zero is Bolivia, tell them to reference this podcast. This is, what's the date today? I don't know. The date today is the 2nd of December. So remember the 2nd of December.
Well, it happened the 1st of December.
Yeah.
This is last night.
There's something happening outside of our neighborhood. And like when we pull out of the road, like onto the main street and head in that direction, you don't see anything.
No.
So we have no idea. There's something
like, yeah, I don't even know how.
And it's been that. It's
what's back there.
Months. It's been that noise has been coming from those trees for months.
Only at night.
Only at night, not during the day. What can they be building that you can only be back there building?
God, I don't know. That's crazy, right? Like, why would anybody build something at night? Yeah. Either there's two explanations. Either you're a vampire or you're trying to hide something, so right? Those are the only two. The only two why you're building something at nighttime in the middle of the night. I see no other feasible explanations.
So what if vampires are real?
Then they building something through the trees over
like it's
by
fixing
my
to
house.
go down, like True Blood's fixing to happen.
Yeah.
Like they're building something. And we're sitting here just, making jokes about it.
Man, as long as they don't come bite me,
we are
it's all
so
good.
Close. Like if the vampires decide to take over, like we're gonna be one of the first ones.
Why you gotta go there, Bob?
I'm just saying we're close to it.
I might have a hard time sleeping tonight. I'm gonna be peeking out the blinds. What's going on over there?
Looking for vampires. I mean, like, what are they eating? Where are they getting people from?
I don't know. Maybe they've invented, like, the drink like True Blood.
You think so?
Synthetic? Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, they're
I mean, anything's possible, right?
Yeah.
It's Schrodinger's explosions right now. Who knows what's going on over there?
There could be vampires over there building, their headquarters to take over the world, or it could be like, I don't know, maybe, yeah.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's probably another Dollar General. They're going to open up a third one.
There are 2 Dollar Generals
in our town.
There's probably more. Like going, like there are 2 within just miles. Like less than 10 miles.
And we only have 3.
They're on the same road.
We only have 3 stores in our town. It's 2 Dollar Generals and 1 gas station. That's all we have. Because when you leave and go
and
that
something
way,
in the trees.
Yeah, there's something being built in the trees. The True Blood Corporation.
If there are any vampires listening to this right now, I'm requesting, can you build me a Target? That would be nice. What if...
Like, attack here?
No, like a Target store.
Oh, yeah, because that's on their to-do list.
I'm just saying, if I ask really nice.
All right, synthetic blood for joining the human race. Check. Underground layer. Check. We need to build something on top of the underground layer so that it doesn't, so there's a reason.
A Target.
Yeah. They could have, and then, Target. They didn't pick Target though. I don't think they picked Target. Cause
well, you don't know.
It would raise too many questions in our area. People
why
they put a Target here for?
You don't even have a grocery store nearby, but you have a Target.
People live in here, and you have a Target. Yes, questions.
But tell me that Target wouldn't get business. I bet everybody in our neighborhood would shop there.
Absolutely, all 27 of us. And there's really not a lot of other neighborhoods around here.
Mm-mm.
So we live out in the middle of nowhere. But I'm not a redneck. Did you hear that the other night?
According to my career, you're a little redneck.
Okay, I did this Instagram live thing with the singer of MXPX, My Career, and we're talking, and we're it's video obviously, but to me, I'm so close to the screen that you can see like the top part of my man boobs, and like most of my hair, like some of my hair was getting chopped off. All I was wearing was a black shirt. I have a black shirt, a beard, and a mohawk. And he's like, well, you're rednecky. And I was like, well, what do you mean I'm red? What are you talking about? I guess he's just like, maybe the way I talk? I don't know. I don't get it.
See, it's hard for me because
I'm not rednecky though.
We are Southern.
Yeah, we're Southern.
There's no denying that. We are Southern.
When you get real excited, that's when you become real
Oh my
Southern.
gosh.
But I wouldn't say like rednecky. Like that's a different thing.
The town we grew up in, it's like redneck central, man.
Mm.
So we know what a redneck is like, and we are not them.
Now, I'm not saying that rednecks are bad.
No, not at all.
Because that is a lot of our family.
My dad is a redneck.
Yeah. Your brother, for sure. My brother. But it's, it's not what, we don't hunt. I don't drink Bud Light, That was meant to be funny, but you didn't laugh, so it probably bombed out in podcast world too. I just don't. And like in the background, I had like records hanging on the wall, like a Ninja Turtle, I didn't get the vibe. I guess it's
apparently you give off a rednecky vibe. I don't know.
I feel like I got profiled because I live in the South. I think that's what happened. I got profiled.
It made me glad that I was not there with you because I think I'd talk way more Southern than you. And you would be like, Bob, you're a little rednecky, but your wife, she's a lot rednecky.
She's a lot rednecky. I don't know. What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, the vampires. You said Target.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think I like the idea of it being vampires. So I want people to email us because oh my gosh, you guys are incredible with the contact. We've had so many like emails and comments and stuff like that. You guys are great. So now I'm going to give you a task. If you're going to do it, let's make it healthy for the show. What do you think they're building in the woods? I want to hear because I know that we have people that listen that are in construction, Mm-hmm. We've got all kinds of people from different backgrounds. So maybe somebody's out there going,
maybe somebody knows a reason why they would be doing
building that night.
Some kind of construction excavation. I don't know. They're blowing crap up over there.
Yeah. Yeah. So email us, the Bob and Katie Show at gmail.com, or you can message us through the Facebook page. And I guess you could message us through Twitter, but we're not on there a whole lot. So do that. But speaking of Facebook, we have comments and questions from Facebook.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just realized my throat's like a little sore. Like, do I sound like raspy?
Horsp? Do I sound horsp? Did you try to mix those two together?
I think so.
Horse and raspy?
Is that how it came out?
Horsp. Do I sound horsp? We could make that a thing.
Sure. Sure you can.
So if you're like a little horse from, being sick, you can be raspy and hoarse at the same time for sure. You'd be horsp. You have to call in. Hey, I'm not going to be I'm not going to be able to make it to work today. I'm a little horsp.
Stop making fun of me.
I'm not making fun of you.
I want to know about
these questions ain't going nowhere. I want to talk about being a horse.
Oh my God.
That's the title of the episode, right? Horsp. That's probably why, we don't get a lot of new listeners. Our listenership grows real slow.
It's not even real words.
It's like all the titles I come up with the episodes, people are like, I'm not going to click on that. Bob's sex tape. Oh, no. I'm not listening to Bob's sex tape.
I hope you come up with most of the titles.
You do. Horsp.
That's all you, though.
So do we just, is it a single word? Is that what the title is going to be? Just Horsp.
Yeah.
Or I'm
Let's
Horsp.
go with that.
Or Katie's Horsp. Just going to go with Horsp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Horsp.
There we go. Horsp. How about Horsp? ... Just. We have to come up with artwork for horse. How does that happen? Just like black with white letters. Horsp. That's the artwork for the week. I'm not even going to have to try real hard. It's perfect. I'll design it right now while we're talking. Okay. These are questions, comments, and topics as given to us by you, the listeners. Stacy says, Kurt Russell is Santa. What do you think?
Oh my God, he was fantastic.
Now, she asked us, this is from a week or so ago. She asked us before we actually watched the movie, and we just watched the movie with the kids yesterday. Me and the kids watched it again this morning while you were sleeping.
Did you?
Yeah, we've watched it twice now. I think
They wanted to watch it again yesterday.
Yeah, Netflix putting this movie out, The Christmas Chronicles, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Where Kurt Russell plays the Santa Claus. It so could have played in the theaters. Like that could have been a theater movie for sure. And it's a Netflix original. So good. If you have Netflix, which the chances are you do, because who doesn't have Netflix, watch The Christmas Chronicles. It's delightful. It really is. The imagination's great. The storylines, the elves are hilarious.
And Kurt Russell as Santa Claus.
Yeah, top notch. And there's like this one scene, it's not going to ruin everything, where he's like singing a blues song as Santa Claus. Killed it. Killed it. So, Stacy, what do we think? I think it's perfect.
2 thumbs up.
I'm going to watch that movie. We're going to watch that movie every year during Christmas
gosh.
time.
Our kids are going to want to watch it.
We have
30 times between now and Christmas.
Yeah, we have certain stories. We have certain movies that we watch during the Christmas time, and that is now going to be one of them. And if you want to know what the rest of them are, listen to the Christmas podcast that's coming up. I'm sure we'll go into that at some point. Okay, Megan, your friend Megan, says,
Megan.
Yeah, you're Megan. College basketball is back. I know you guys don't watch it. If you did, who would be your teams? Hint, choose the best, Duke.
That is perfectly spoken as Megan. Yep.
We don't watch college basketball or any college sport. We watch the NFL. That's it. So I feel like we can't really go into that topic. But
yeah,
thanks for writing, Megan.
I would pretty much have to like just pull one out of a hat.
Yeah.
Or I'll go, go do, because Megan's my best friend. And that's who she likes.
Well, if that's the reason you're doing it, I'm going to say go Carolina, because I just want to piss off your friends.
The house divided already.
There we go.
Boom.
You see that, Megan? We're going to get divorced now, and it all started with your message. I hope you're happy. I hope in the future, when you're having to console Katie in your arms because our marriage fell apart, it's because of that Facebook comment right there. She's gonna you're gonna have to hold her for hours. She's gonna be inconsolable. I mean, think about what she's losing. You know, like, could you imagine like losing me? Like, that's got to be devastating.
And then, I could be there to watch basketball.
I mean, I'd be okay. I'd work it out, but you'd be crushed. Yeah. So this is your fault. The heartache and pain that your best friend is getting ready to go through, Megan, that's on you. Okay. Next one.
You are so full of crap.
The next one, Tim. He writes, my friend Tim. He writes, Lauren and I are going to New York in December. What are some things that we could do that you and I didn't? Sex. I think sex is a good one.
There you go.
Tim, we did not do that. And, I think you should that's definitely what you should do with Lauren when you're in New York City. It's going to be the best trip of your life, and you're going to get to look back and go, you know what? I'm glad I took that advice. It was perfect. Nothing better than some sex in New York. There you go, buddy. Just make sure you don't scream too loud. You'll get Horsp. You want to do a couple more?
Yeah. Is there more?
Yeah. This is another one from Stacy. She said Christmas decorations before Thanksgiving or after Thanksgiving?
After.
After.
In my book, I love Thanksgiving, and I feel like people don't give Thanksgiving enough credit. I feel like Thanksgiving never gets its time. We go from Halloween, like straight to Christmas, and Thanksgiving is just like, this big meal to fuel up for more Christmas shopping. And I hate that that's what it's become. I hate it so much. So, yeah. Now, like, day after Thanksgiving, perfectly acceptable.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Whatever. I don't care either way. This next one is from Katie. Not you. This is a Kady.
Ooh.
Katie F. Bullying. Kids or parents' fault. And what to do to help the bully and being bullied. The parents definitely play a role to some degree. That's 100%. The home life, it definitely plays a role.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
But I mean, some people are more aggressive. Some people have a sense of humor that's not checked. That's not their fault.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely there. I think there's a lot to it, Let me give you a super, really weird example. There's people out there, most of the times it's going to be males who will molest a baby, a small child. Okay. I know that's you're looking at me all
Everybody's
crazy.
cringing.
Yeah, like, oh God, what's happening right now? There, let's just be real for a minute. There's people like that in the world, right?
Unfortunately, yeah.
It's not their fault that they have the want. You know what I mean? Like there's something wrong with them. You know what I mean? You just don't wake up and go, I think I'm going to try a child today. You know, it's some kind of
I
weird
understand what you're saying.
brain thing, right? What makes them a monster is that they act on it.
Yes, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can want things that are not okay and weird. Like everybody's brain is different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm still
You're
still
a
really
horse
hoarse.
over there. Okay. But it's that right and wrong decision making
Yes.
that throws it off, you know? Like you and I are on a diet. I want a Big Mac, but I know that it's wrong and I'm not going to do it. I know that's way different than like touching a child, but I'm just saying, you could have a kid that could have the best home life and still just be a dick.
Yes. Yeah, I completely agree. And I mean, age of the child, both bully and bullier and bully, I guess. I mean, sure, age plays a factor. Of course, you would think as kids get older that they should bully less, but then they become more intelligent and there's different ways. And I mean, sure, parents should be held accountable for their kids' actions, but it's not like just because you have a kid that turned out to be a bully, I don't think every parent of a child that's a bully is a horrible parent.
No.
Because how often do our kids do something and I'm like, dude, I didn't teach you that.
Hitting. Like I'm your only, like we are, for the most part, we are the only people that our kids see on a constant basis and we don't hit each other.
Yeah.
So they're getting that crap on their own.
Yeah. Like, yeah, our kids do plenty of crap where I'm like,
punch each other. Come on.
You weren't taught that way. You weren't raised that way. So, but I mean, sure, a child still needs to be, I mean, they can't be held completely accountable.
Now, this is where the parents' role will play in this. We could be like, look at him go. Yeah, hit him harder. You know what I mean? Like we could be bad parents.
Oh yeah, definitely. Parents need to react in the proper way. Yeah. Kids need guidance so that they know this isn't okay.
But like I said, you could have somebody that no matter how good of a parent you are, there's just something wrong. You know? There's something wrong with them.
Yeah. And then sometimes kids are basically just, I don't want to say like doomed, really for lack of a better word, but there's kids out there with really crappy home lives, have really crappy parents.
And turn out amazing. That can happen too.
Yeah. Like
that, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure that happens. Like,
so I think it's situational. Every situation's different.
Yeah, Katie, so we ain't going to answer your question.
I think we did.
Katie F., you need to write back and give us a question we can answer.
Shut up.
Okay, this is from Rebecca. How to protect your home from kids that just started crawling. Never had this issue with Alexander. I guess that's her other kid about.
Yeah, that's her oldest one.
Issue with Alexander about Olive and 7. Am I reading this wrong? Here, you read this one. I'm having a hard time with it. Is there periods missing or something?
Never had this issue with Alexander. I think maybe shouldn't mean to put that word. Olive is 7 months and already moving and grooving. How to get your kids to share? Whew. Well, Rebecca.
It's another question we can't answer.
If you find out the answer, can you please let us know? Okay, with Reese, he's a climber.
Yes.
We never had that with Reagan and Riley. No. I mean, sure, occasionally they try to climb up on something, but Reese, it's like constant. His thing was he figured out how to climb onto the chairs at the kitchen table and then use the chair to climb onto the table.
And then would climb into the chair. And we have these wooden chairs with the tall backs and they got the handles. It's perfect if you're a tiny person to stand in it and grab the back of the chair.
And he'll shake it.
Yeah, he'll shake it. And he fell out of it. He knocked one over and like landed on his face. Bam! And you know, our house is on concrete. We had this discussion before. And, you know, so it's like linoleum and then concrete. So our floor is really, really hard and he hit it. I don't know where I was going with that. One of the things that we had to do, for a good like month, we couldn't have the chairs in the kitchen. We had to put them in the garage every day. Bring our chairs back in when we were going to have dinner.
It's a constant thing. Like, I spend my day constantly going, Reese, get down out of the chair. Reese, get out of the dishwasher. The dishwasher
Get out of the trash. The boy digs in the trash.
The garbage
constantly.
can. If you leave the bathroom door open, he wants to go splash in the potty. So it's like,
he's into everything.
It's constant. Invest in a baby corral.
Yep.
I know we used it a lot more with Reagan and Riley, and we bought the extra pieces to make it even bigger.
Yeah, because we made so many people at one time.
Because there were 2 kids in there with them, and it worked great. With twins, I didn't spend half of the time and energy chasing after them, going, don't touch that, don't touch that, don't touch that, as I do with Reese.
Yeah.
But he has a lot more freedom, I think, too. But we've had to break out the baby corral here recently. Just so, like, I can unload the dishwasher.
There's another thing that we just learned for the first time. Like, that's what's crazy about being a parent, man. Like, first of all, and everybody's heard me complain about this for 4 years. People don't give you enough information. Like, stuff happens and you're like, why would nobody ever tell us about this? Like, why would nobody ever tell us about this one thing? Here's another thing that nobody tells you. We have this third kid, right? So we had the twins. We know what toys they like. You know, we know what we did to kind of keep them occupied. So when you have another one, you're like, okay, I've been through this. I get it. Well, here's the thing that nobody will tell you. There's a lot of toys that this child's going to skip over because he sees the older kids playing with big stuff.
Yeah.
And that's
our
what he wants to play
18-month-old wants to play PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
He don't want to play with no baby toys.
No, and I'm like, dude, no, play with this thing. Look, you spin it, and if it lands on a cow, it moves. Like, that's what you want. And like, and he's
this crap.
Yeah, and he's trying to like play video games and stuff, and not. I mean, like
buying the Avengers on the Roku.
Yes.
Yeah, that's his speed.
Did we talk about that?
Yeah. Don't give him no baby toys.
I was really aggravated with that. I wanted to see the movie and I was going to buy it, but I wasn't going to buy it digitally, you know? For anybody that listened to the episode, our 1-year-old, I guess, was down here and he got his hands on our Roku remote and bought the Avengers Infinity Wars, like 3 days after it came out.
Yeah.
You know, like it was like $24 or something like that. And how we found out was I hadn't seen the movie. I was definitely going to see it, but I hadn't seen the movie. I came down the stairs and it's playing and it's like the opening scene. And it wasn't like Thanos or any Marvel characters. It was like this weird creature and he was talking and like there were dead people laying on the ground. And I was like, oh my God, what are they watching? And then I saw Thanos and I was like, oh no.
Like, how are you guys watching the Avengers?
And then I pick up my phone and look at it. And sure enough, I have all my credit cards set to this thing so that every time something's spent on my credit cards. Oh no, that happened upstairs. I was pooping. And I was on my phone and because everybody gets on their phone when they poop. I was on my phone and my Capital One thing came up and said, you spent $21 or $22 or something like that. And I was like, I wonder what that was. Because I have some things that come out of my card like every month. So I was like, oh, it's probably something like that. And I didn't think about it again. But yeah, and I came down here and that movie was going and I went, oh crap. And I like hit the back button and it was my Voodoo account. And yeah, he bought the movie. So now everything on Voodoo is locked down to watch anything.
Yeah, we thought we had the parental controls on.
Yeah, I did.
And we thought we had it set, but apparently he was still able to purchase it.
And I watched it like 6 or 7 times that week. So like I wasn't going to like contact Voodoo and go, hey, you know, my son bought this on accident and, you know, can you refund that to me? And they'd go, sir, you watched it 6 times. Because I'm sure they have that statistic somewhere.
Probably.
Like right now, there's somebody that's looking at our account going, why did he watch this Avengers movie 17 times? Because it's probably around there by now because I've watched it so many times.
Well, you know, like on your Netflix account, you can look at your history and look at every single thing played. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you looked at ours just for the last week, My Little Pony, My Little Pony, My Little Pony, My Little Pony Equestria Girls, My Little Pony. I don't even know. There's like so many variations.
Watching Netflix has screwed up my emails. Because, like, Netflix will send you some emails.
Your suggestions. Netflix is like, hey, because you watch this, I think you'd really like these shows, too.
And, like, I used to get emails from Netflix, and it'd be like, you know, they've added a new Marvel's TV show. You know, there's a new horror movie out.
They're like, you have a new season of My Little Pony.
Yeah, there's like My Little
available now.
Spirit. That was one. Spirit season 7 out now. And I'm like, what the hell is Spirit? I don't know what that is. And like, I look at it and it's some animated cartoon show about horses and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, Reagan watches that sometimes.
But yeah, like my emails, I don't even, like, I still open them every time and I'm always angry. I'm like, I'm not going to watch any of this. Like, I'm waiting for like that nugget, you know, like never happens.
It still weirds me out, man. Like how old they are now. Riley looked at me the other day. I was sitting at the kitchen table doing something. And he walks by. He walks towards the living room. He said, Mom, I'm going to turn on Power Rangers. I was like, okay. And he did it. Like, he didn't need help.
Isn't it weird?
He turned on the TV, went to Netflix, and found Power Rangers and started watching it all by himself. Blows my mind.
I had such a happy father moment the other day. It's like, our routine is this. We normally try to have dinner right around 6 o'clock, you know, and then we clean up and then we'll either like play a game or watch TV for a little bit. And then when we're done with TV, then we, you know, take a bath, read books and, you know, bedtime. Well, we were going to watch something. My 2 4-year-olds were sitting on the couch and they were arguing about what they wanted to watch.
Oh my gosh.
And one of them was
I
like,
can only imagine.
I want to watch Power Rangers. And the other one was like, I want to watch Star Wars. And I'm over there like, let's do it all. Let's watch all of them. Let's watch everything. Let's watch an episode of Power Rangers.
Wasn't there,
and then The Empire Strikes Back. Let's do that.
If I hadn't been there, you would have let those kids stay up all night long.
Oh, yes.
You would have folded.
Yes. We're going to get to the age soon, I think, to where every now and then I'm going to be like, hey, Kate, I just want to let you know the kids staying up all night. We're going to be watching movies together. Our kids don't have a TV in their bedroom, but that'll probably end up being like the straw that like makes me crack. Like, I don't want them to just go up in their room and watch TV. And I'm not saying that, you know, any parent that puts a TV in their child's room is wrong. It's just that my kids, I know if you don't limit them, they will stay on it.
Yeah.
If they're in their room
we've
playing,
talked about it. We've talked about putting a TV in their room.
Yeah, if they're in their room playing, that needs to be an imagination time, you know? But if whenever we do end up putting a TV in their room, I think that's going to be the thing that makes me go, it's justified. Is that I know that I can have like a sleepover with my kids and we could like just stay up all night watching Star Wars and stuff like that. But that's what's going to happen. We had something else new happen to us that we could talk about.
Okay.
Something changed in your life due to age.
Oh, God. Why you got to put it like that?
You know, when you
make it sound like I had to start wearing adult diapers. Oh, my God.
When you start to get older, things change in your body. And you and I are right in like the middle. We're like the stages of where you're like, oh, shit.
Oh, God.
Like, I'm getting old, man. 4 years ago, I was 29, right?
Yes.
So I was 29 when we had the twins. And within like 2 or 3 months of having the twins, my beard got a gray hair.
And now it has a lot
And now it has a lot of gray hairs, man. You know, I also remember you being upset about that because you were getting gray hairs.
Yeah.
For like around that time.
Yeah.
Like that's when you started going, all right, I'm going to have some hair dye now. And you had to start dyeing your hair because you got some gray hairs. And I remember this conversation. I came downstairs and I told you, I was like, I got a gray hair in my beard. And you were like, see, ha, ha, ha. Now you know what it's going to feel like. And I was like, no, I'm excited about it. Like when you get gray hairs as a man, like in your beard, that's a good look.
I know it's so unfair.
And you didn't get mad, but yeah, you had that. You had like that eye rolling thing. Like I get gray hair and I got to go dye it because I'm a female. And when a man gets gray hair, he looks distinguished. It's not fair. Nick P standing up and I hate him. They can vote for me.
Oh my gosh.
But, yeah.
Is that really what you think that I think? Oh my goodness.
And everybody's like, well, what the hell happened to Katie that brought this up? You had to go get your eyes checked. And for the first time in your life, the doctor said, you need some glasses.
Yeah, I noticed for like the past, probably at least the past month, maybe longer. I don't know. I just noticed one day that I was squinting, like trying to look at something. And then after a while, it was getting worse. And I caught myself and I was like, oh my God. I was like, I probably look like my mom right now. I was squinting and holding
your iPhone's like 2 inches away from your face.
And I'm like, I can't read these words. And I was like, oh my God, do I need glasses? Because I've had my eyes examined before and the doctor was like, you have perfect 20/20 vision. You're good to go. I've never had any issues with my eyes. And I was like, surely this isn't normal. Surely this isn't how I used to be able to see. Yeah. I think I used to be able to see better than this. So yeah, went and got my eyes examined. You made fun of me.
I did a couple things happened that I fought like the laughter back while we were there. But before we get there, don't let her take you too far overboard. She had to get reading glasses. Katie ain't blind by any means.
I just can't see things up close.
Yeah, so you got
I
her
can
some
see
reading
things.
glasses.
I can see things far off just fine. Just up close, I can't see crap.
Well, there was a couple things that happened while we were there. First of all, there was this old couple, and oh my goodness, this woman just kept farting. I mean, like, she just kept farting. And we all fart, but I'm like, when do you reach that age that you're like, I'm not holding it in anymore? Because we've all been in the situation where like, I got to fart, but this ain't the time nor the place. And I'm going to tell you what, that old bat didn't have that filter left. That filter got holes in it. And that filter's not holding anything back. That filter's gone. Can you look at me? Get your face out of your arms and look at me. So.
The waiting room we're in, it's really small.
Oh, really small.
It's a tiny little office.
There's no TV playing. There's hardly nothing on the wall. So
no, there was a radio alarm clock.
Oh yeah, that
had a radio station playing.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah.
Because remember, I was like, look, it's a radio alarm clock.
But you could definitely hear it. Like she'd stand up, she'd walk. Like she was just farting.
Did she have
real
walking
bad.
farts?
I don't. She had breathing farts. Like she was farting. Now I never smelled anything, so that was
That's good.
But like her husband was sitting there, and at one point I remember thinking like, he ain't telling her to stop or nothing. He's just like reading his magazine. I was like
she has like
some kind of like
chronic flatulence.
Yeah, there's stuff like that there for sure.
Maybe he's so used to it because she's just always farting.
And then I started thinking like, what's wrong with him? That he's not like, hey, Ruth.
You gotta stop.
Let's chill out, Ruth. Come on. I was like, what's wrong with him that this is okay? So then I started like paying attention to him. And like, I'm looking at his clothes. Like I'm trying to pick up clues, as to like what's going on with this guy. And I looked down, like he's got these brown slacks with like the thing on the leg. What is that thing called where you press it? You know what I'm talking about?
What?
Like where your pants have like the crease that goes down the sides. You have no idea what I'm talking about? Like you can iron that crease. And anyways, he had the brown pants. I go down.
Oh, he had like creases in his pants.
Yeah.
Like they were.
Right. And I look at his shoes and then I noticed something. Cause like he moved and his pants came up a little bit. He had no legs.
What?
No, he had no legs. I've been holding that from you because I was like, this is going to be fun to talk about.
Like, did he have prosthetics?
Yeah, both of them. 2 prosthetic legs. Like, I think it was 2 of them. But definitely one. He definitely was missing one leg. Because it was a shoe and it was attached to a metal pole. Because I saw the metal pole.
Your intuition was right.
Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, well, he's missing appendages, so a little farting. He's cool with that. He's like, who am I to judge somebody farting? when, I don't got a leg. And I'm making fun of this dude. I don't know what kind of tragic leg losing accident this man was in. But all I know is that they had reached this point in their life where he had no legs. She's farting all over the place. And they were happy. They was just as happy and loving as they could be.
That's so awesome.
And then where I started making fun of you is we get into the room with the doctor. You do this. You got to tell me if you know that you do this on purpose. You will talk differently to a stranger. Like you get real, proper with your words, high pitched. You laugh at things that really aren't funny.
I don't think I was aware.
You do
not
that.
Consciously that I was trying to do it, but it's just that mom thing that you can be yelling at your kids and then the phone rings and you answer the phone and you're like, hello. when 1.2 seconds earlier you were like, I said clean your room. It's just, I don't know.
And I do the same thing. I do the same sort of thing with podcasting. Like the demeanor that I'm talking to you right now, the level that I'm talking, I don't talk like that when, I don't sit in the living room and go, welcome Katie to the living room. I just talk
maybe you should.
Maybe I should. Maybe I should
just
yell at you constantly.
I didn't mean you should. What?
Yeah,
we're not on the same page right now.
I don't know what we're talking about. Anyways, you're talking to this doctor and you're laughing at things.
I was nervous.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, listen, she has been laughing for 3 minutes and you're just laughing at everything. And your fake pretend laugh isn't great. And then you started laughing for real. And then you're laughing a whole lot. And the doctor goes, all right, I'm gonna be right back. And he goes out the door and I was like, Katie, can you stop laughing so much?
Were you jealous?
And you were like, I was laughing? And I was like, yeah.
No, you said I was laughing a lot. And I was like, was I laughing a lot?
You could tell that it wasn't intentional. I guess because you said you were nervous. I don't know.
Making jokes at my expense. I was nervous because I was like, I know he's going to tell me I need to wear glasses, but I've never worn glasses before. And I was like, what if I just look ridiculous? I was nervous.
And I knew when he put that big machine on your face and he was like, which one's better? 1 or 2? 1 or 2? And you go 1 and he goes, okay, how about 3 or 4? As soon as he did that, I was like, she getting glasses. Cause that's the test that you do when they're like,
Yeah.
I was sitting in there and you were reading letters. One time you said Q and I was like, there ain't a damn Q on that board. This girl go get glasses.
I knew.
There was a couple letters you spouted out and I was like, there ain't even one on this thing.
I knew because he would be like, they were showing the thing. It had 3 lines of letters with the bottom line being the smallest. And he'd be like, okay, can you read the bottom line? And there was a couple times I was like, no, I can't. I can't read that at all.
I'm getting old.
I know. I was like, I don't like this feeling. Yeah. I know lots of people wear glasses. Lots of people. And there's nothing wrong with that.
There's not.
But I'm like, I've never worn glasses. And I'm like, man, I'm getting old.
What were we talking about?
I don't know.
You know what? Let's call it a night. I got to work in the morning. I think it feels
I keep forgetting. It's
not an extremely.
It's Sunday right now.
Yeah, we're recording on a Sunday night.
Because usually we record on either Friday or Saturday nights.
That's right. Go to patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show. Become a patron. We're going to have some episodes come out on this week. We got to put that on the board. We're going to have some come out this week, for Patreons or patrons on Patreon. CapcastStudios.com. You can go there to check out, what we got going on. Just 2 different podcasts. Us and Tabletop Warriors. Those guys are great. If you like comic books, movies, that sort of stuff, that's where to go. And they talk good. They talk better than we do.
They talk good.
No, I mean,
what does that even mean? They talk good.
Sometimes you can listen to somebody and go, they got a radio voice. They got that.
You mean the manner in which they speak is more of a professional sound?
Yeah, and they're very intelligent at the topics
we set the bar pretty low.
That, you know what? I just realized that's a big difference between their show and ours. When we talk about things, most of the time we have no knowledge on the topic that we're talking about.
Oh yeah, we just ramble.
When they talk about things, they have full knowledge on the stuff they're talking about.
They talk good.
Yeah. They do it good. They're over to Tabletop Warriors. So, like always, find your laugh.
Find your happy.
This has been a Cabcast Studios production. For more episodes and information, visit cabcaststudios.com.